What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and I am here today with mosquito bite on all over my body. Yeah, we're here for episode. We are here for the review for real. Nope, this is Married to Medicine, Los Angeles, season number 2, episode number 2. You guys, episode was titled "Prepare for Backlash." So, you guys, without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and just jump into this episode review. All right, you guys. So this episode it picked up where last week's episode left off with the party and Quad going at Britain, which again I don't understand why she was going at Britain so hard. I mean, you're at a party. People are gonna have side conversations. You're not God. You're not the Dalai Lama. You're nobody. So, and it's not your party. So why do you feel so strongly about it? So then we see Imani and Jasmine. They get up and they go off and have a conversation with each other. At this point, I feel like it's like being because I just felt like we were beating a dead horse with a stick because Dr. Imani apologized to Jasmine at the season finale last season. So why are we rehashing old beef? Like I don't get it. I really wish that last year they would have had a reunion so that way they could have just squashed all the shit at the reunion, come to the new season on, whatever playing around they want to come on. I hope if they get a season 3, I hope that this season they do get a reunion, even if it's virtual, like Atlanta's doing, because we don't know when, normal life is going to resume. But, Imani and Jasmine were able to, put their, put the issues to bed. And they agreed to get to know each other and let things go. And I'm like, thank you. Like, and I'm gonna talk about Jasmine in just a little bit because Jasmine is an interesting one, and I'm gonna tell you guys why when I get to Jasmine's scene. So, let's move on, you guys. All right, guys, let's talk about Sonique. So, in this episode, Sonique had absolutely nothing going on. So, I'm gonna do my best to stretch this shit out to at least make it at least a minute or something because Shanique had absolutely nothing going on in this episode. Because she said that she's still dealing with the same stuff that she dealt with last year. And if you guys don't remember, the thing for her last year was her wanting to work and also be a mom to her kids. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, I don't, I don't, I don't understand. It's so interesting when you see women on these reality TV shows and they make this big fuss about, oh, I'm a mother and I have to take care of my kids. But women have been doing that since I can remember. My mom, she was a single mother. She worked and she took care of me, and never once would you ever hear my mother complaining about, oh my God, I gotta go to work, but then I gotta come home. I gotta do this for Jerome. I gotta cook for him. I gotta do this for him. I gotta do that. You never once heard I never heard my mom complain. And so I don't understand it. I mean, I know, women in this day and age, they do have the guilt about being successful women, and more specifically black women. They have the issue about being successful but then also not being in a house that much. I don't see an issue with it. There's nothing wrong with it. If you can find a way to juggle and balance the two out, then make it work. And then, Shanique is also talking about the fact that when Robert was in medical school, she was the one that was working, paying the bills. Ugh, I don't know how to say this, and I'm trying. I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but shit, if he's making damn good money, if I worked while he was in school, he's gonna work the rest. He's gonna work since he's out of school. Whoever makes the most money, I'm gonna be like, you know what, Robert, I supported the family while you were in school. Now it's your turn to support me. So I'm gonna just sit back, kick my feet up, and relax and not do shit. I mean, look at Toya. No shade to Toya, but Toya, married to medicine is what. And I know Toya has a degree. I know that, but look at Toya. And again, not shading Toya by no means, but god damn, I'm just kind of. It's just weird to see it. Her talking about how she is trying to work and trying to be a mom. And then she tells her kids that she wants to stop being a property manager and she wants to go into real estate. Oh, the real estate market. That is an unpredictable one. I just don't think I could ever do real estate. I'm sorry. I have a friend that does real estate, but I just don't think I could ever do real estate. It just wouldn't be me to be a realtor. It just would not be me to be a realtor. Like, absolutely not. I cannot do real estate. Absolutely not. That market is, for one, it's like a lot of people in real estate. Nope, I'm good. Let's move on. All right, you guys, and then we're formally introduced to Dr. Kendra. Um, we all know Dr. Kendra's an OBGYN. Her husband is Chinese, and he says Chinese Canadian. He's a quirky guy, and I actually like him. I still can't get over that comment that Heavenly made last week about his penis. Like, do you realize how racially instant, like, that is so ignorant, and it's just pure ignorance to assume that just because the man is Chinese, that his penis is small. First of all, what the hell does that got to do with you? He ain't fucking you. And then Heavenly, she went on her live last week on YouTube, and she talked about it. She did the review of the episode, and she's talking about, I apologize. You know what? I'm gonna stop watching. Sometimes I like Heavenly, but sometimes I don't. And that was an instant when I don't. We all knew Heavenly wasn't gonna fight the woman because that ain't who Heavenly is. And then she was talking about the fact that if somebody said something about her husband penis, she wouldn't get mad. Yes, she would, because somebody in the comment section made a comment about her husband, and she moved on from the question. She was reading the question and she said moving on, and it was about Dr. Damon. So you do so yes, you have a spot where people can't say stuff about Damon. So miss me with the bullshit. But back to Dr. Kendra, we found out a little bit more about her. We find out that her dad is African American and that her mom is Vietnamese. So she's Malaysian. Would have never. I really would not have guessed that. I don't see any because I don't even see any of her Asian features in her. But she's a gorgeous woman. I just would never have. I would have thought maybe her mom was Caucasian, a little Caucasian, but wow, Vietnamese. Did not see that because you see more of her black features, and it's kind of the same with Britain, because Britain is biracial, and her mom is black. I believe her mom is black. I think her dad is white, but you see a lot of his features, but you still see that she's still you can. It took me a while to see it, but you can see that Britain is biracial. We also find out what is Doctor Kendra's husband's name? Hobart. Hobart. They've been married for 6 years. They met him when they were in school, and then we also find out that he is an internal medicine physician. Don't know what that is. I should Google it. Um, that has to be interesting when both the husband and wife are doctors. Like, I wonder how does Dr. Contessa and Dr. Scott really, really, really make that work with them both being physicians? Wow. I mean, we see what happens with Curtis and with Lurch and Dr. Jackie, but what is it like when both spouses are doctors? Hmm, that's gotta be an interesting balance. But you can bond over charting, I guess you could say. But let's move on, you guys. All right, you guys. So this episode was about Dr. Bridget's birthday. So we see her. She was doing her son's hair, and we find out that Mac is throwing her a party, and Contessa comes over. And when Contessa got there, they were talking about the fact that the son, I think it was, told Mac to go sleep in another room. And here's my thing again, Britain. Why are your kids sleeping in your bed? They old enough to sleep in their own fucking bed. If you don't tell them kids, get the fuck out of the bed. This is mommy and daddy's bed. Go to your room and sleep in your bed. You're gonna have some issues in your marriage. And I love Britain and I like Mac. But Britain, if you don't kick them fucking kids out of that bed, there's gonna be some issues in that marriage. Like your man gonna start to, wander off. Like he gonna be like, well damn, my wife ain't giving me none, so what I gotta do to get some? Think about that, Britain. Think about that one. So then we also do see as Mac is at this venue that he's setting up for Britain's birthday party. All the ladies show up. It was yeah, all the ladies are there. They look nice. Even Heavenly, minus them heels that was gangsta leaning. Heavenly does not know how to walk in heels. So then we see him, Dr. Imani show up. She embraces Jasmine. Jasmine like, oh my god, was that a hug? She's like, yeah, that was a hug. And so Jasmine and Shanique are there with some other women, and they're asking Dr. Imani like, "What's going on? Where's Phil? What's going on with that?" And she tells them, "Oh, Phil, he's out there in Oklahoma." And they're like, "What is he doing in Oklahoma?" And she doesn't really say what he's doing in Oklahoma. And then they were like, "Well, how long has he been out there?" She says about 6 months. Um, we're gonna talk about that in just a minute about Phil. We're gonna talk about that. Uh, we see that Dr. Contessa and Britain are late to the party. I'm like, damn, how you late to your own party? But, it is what it is. It is what it is. Heavenly also met Hobart. Hobart is a really nice guy. And, he didn't even let the fact that ignorant comment of Heavenly's bother him. So, cool on that one. So then we see Shanique and Jasmine. So they are questioning why Phil is in Oklahoma. Bert's like, girl, their prison's in Oklahoma, right? And I'm like, if these two are dumb enough to believe that he's in prison, they're dumber than they look. First of all, I would say, and I would, if I was Britain, I would have told her, did Imani tell y'all why he was in Oklahoma? If they said no, then I would have said, okay, leave it at that. And I would have said, Jasmine, you are the last person to talk about anybody. Like, let's be real. And again, you guys, I'm gonna talk about Jasmine in just a few minutes. But I would have been like, girl, you're the last person to talk about anybody. So then we do see Imani and Britain, and they went out for dinner. So, Imani lets Britain know that she and Phil are both going to be in Essence Magazine. They're not in there together, they're in there separately. Imani is in there as one of the 100 woke people, I guess. And Phil is in there about his business. So the reason that Phil is in Oklahoma is because he opened a dispensary. And Imani said that she chose not to tell anybody until this article came out in Essence, and now that the article is out, she feels free to tell people. But she does feel a way. She does feel a way about the fact that Shanique and Jasmine are openly discussing her. I'm like, well, Imani, you did the same thing to her last season, but again, we're gonna talk about that in just a minute. So let's move on. All right, you guys. So we see the morning after Britain's party that Jasmine is having brunch. All the girls are there. Only girl that was not there was Toya because Toya had to leave at 1:30. So I don't know what time this was, but she was talking about how traffic was bad and she just didn't want to miss a flight. I understand that. So then they have brunch. They have LA brunch and then they have Southern brunch like Texas, Georgia. They have a traditional Southern brunch because we do have fruit at brunch, but baby, more so you're gonna have bacon. I've never heard of chicken sausage. I've never heard of chicken sausage. I'm gonna have to look that up and see how it tastes. Um. So Jasmine asked the ladies how did they enjoy their LA experience. Everyone loved it. Now Quad, I don't know who asked for your opinion, but it really wasn't warranted or needed. Cause she gonna sit here and say to now, the one thing I will agree with her on, I'll give her 2 points that she made with this whole property. You could have some. You could have a toothbrush and some soap. Toothbrush, soap, and a wastebasket. Kind of like what you have in a hotel. Nothing wrong with that. But then she said curling irons and flat irons. Quad, bring your own. Bring your own. But also say thank you. But she was cool with it. Then Heavenly opened up her big ass mouth, talking about like she just made some of the most ignorant comments. because she's still talking about the fact that she thought that Jasmine was just gonna be this dumb girl, but in actuality she's not. I'm like, Heavenly, have you ever heard the saying, looks can be deceiving? Hell, look at you. But I'm not gonna go too deep into you, but just look at you. So then Imani says that she can see herself in Heavenly, and the girl's like, no, Imani, you're not. And she does say, well, when it comes down to me, she's not the type that she willingly open up to her friends, and I can understand that sentiment because I don't always 100% open up to people, but it is what it is with that one. So then let's talk about Jasmine and Shanique. So we see those two, they at Jasmine's house and they're drinking, and once again they're discussing Imani's situation with Phil. Now, Jasmine wants to call Imani a hypocrite because, last season Imani was talking about her husband. Technically, Imani wasn't talking about your husband. She was talking about that house that it looks like a drug dealer's house. She wasn't saying that your husband was a drug dealer. She just said that the house looked like a drug dealer's house, looked like Scarface's house. So I didn't take offense to. I don't think she should have took too much offense to that. Oh damn, that mosquito bite is huge. Wow. So I don't think she should have took too much offense to that, but she did. Now here's the thing that I've been wanting to talk about with Jasmine. Jasmine is I know last season that she was full time, but they demoted her. Why did they make her full time this season? My thing is, if you're on this reality show, you're supposed to open up all parts of your life. You're not supposed to close things off in your life. We don't know shit about your husband, but I do. I did some digging, and I found out about her husband because actually I just googled her name last week. I didn't see an article, but I just googled her name last week, and her husband is on. When you Google her, you actually see a picture of her husband, and I clicked on him. I did some research on him. So he's a psychiatrist. I'm like, okay. So what's so bad about that? But she says, her, and she did air quotes when she said her husband's working. I'm like, Jasmine, you're not making this any better. You said he's working. Like, now I'm sorry, but who is he a psychiatrist? I know we're in California, so is he like a psychiatrist to the stars or something? I mean, he's making buku money, buku dollars. Like, make something like just you don't have to explain everything to people, but and I think the issue with the ladies is the fact that they are putting their real lives on display, and you are saying, "Oh, you can only film me doing this, but you can't film me with my husband." That's fake. That's fake. There's real talk. That is fake as fuck. Like, you're putting on a facade. So, let me know what you guys think. That is Married to Medicine. So be sure to like this video. Leave your comments, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification button so you guys know when I drop anything else. Share this video. And until the next one, you guys, please stay safe and take care of yourself. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.